Today is Monday, the 23rd of November, and this is the Narrowboat Review, hosted by Jack Beyer in Crystal Beach, Florida, trying to stay in touch with the narrowboat life during the pandemic. We have a bunch of vlogs to do today, almost 20 of them, so let's get cracking. First up, we have Shell of Chris and Shell baking a special cake for Chris. Happy birthday, Chris. The recipe is included down below, by the way, folks. It's a good cooking video, mainly because she cuts out all of the chopping and dicing and measuring and mixing. You know, she cooks the cake, points you to the recipe, and off we go. Watch the show. Gary Captain Phillips on the chuggabug this week shows you a video that took place actually on the 16th. His pal Malcolm is there, and he's a real comfort and a cruising companion and a driver to shopping. Gary talks about his future plans and his Christmas decor, and he cooks up a soup. How do you think the soup worked out? You'll have to watch. This is an eating video as much as a cooking video. In this week's vlog from the Narrowboat Florence Rose, Rob reviews the progress on building a new marina on the Grand Union. In Lorna Jane Adventures, we find out that she is still in a camper van at a campsite in Greenfield. She takes a hike, even though it's kind of muddy, and then she's warned that there's some shooting nearby. The highlight to me, though, was where she met up with David Johns of Cruising the Cut, and together, well, you'll have to watch and see what they get up to. James, of the narrowboat that James built, is still working on the subflooring of his narrowboat. This guy is very prolific. He puts out more vlogs than anyone that I can think of, at least 2 a day. If you're into remodeling a narrowboat, these are a must-watch. Ian on Morningstar is cruising from Great Haywood to Stone in this vlog. Most of it is bow cam shots of the trip, and there's not as much chat as he normally puts out there. But the scenery is gorgeous, and maybe that scenery was so beautiful it just took Ian's breath away. But he did get his voice back long enough to chat up a lock lady to get her to like and subscribe his channel. Well played, Ian. On Life, Love, and Triumph, the Bonnevilles, Wendy and Darren, explain why they are not continuously cruising. Basically, he's got a job. Mrs. B needs some super glue, though, when she breaks something that's valuable to them. Do you know what that is? Well, I'm going to tell you, there is somebody Mark on We're on the Move can fix, and they're going to check out him for a new one. Follow Mrs. B the rest of her day as she tries out a 360 camera. In this week's offering from A Life Full of Meaning, you follow Lisa and Glenn through their normal weekly events. It's always fun. The Real David Abel Show this week is another hour and a half of live streaming and chatting with them and their friends all over the world. Check out David and Sally. On Never Enough Cruising, and by the way, I like the attitude that name expresses, Never Enough Cruising. Anyway, Amanda and Jonathan take the Tiller girls on the last cruise before lockdown. There's music over a bow cam the whole way, not a lot of chit-chat, and I don't know what canal they're on. Perhaps you folks will recognize it and can leave a note. The channel Canis Bannon this week is more construction, or deconstruction, better word, of the Dutch barge Linda. He sorts through some bits and bobs that he found on board from a previous owner. Do you think there was anything there valuable? You know, it's amazing what he finds during his demolition strip down. But the biggest find was this week we get to meet Rosie and Lauren, who make up his support bubble. He's a lucky man. You couldn't ask for more support than that. When we last saw Robbie coming, he was looking for some coal, and this week he gets some after a short cruise to Great Haywood Marina. Where is he cruising to next week? Ooh, you'll have to watch to find out. And also you can find out who made the Crank It crew. On board the Isness this week, as always, you get a really nice, peaceful chat. And it's always comforting as it slows you down as you listen and you watch the beauty of what he's showing you photographically. I just can't recommend this highly enough when you're going through the lockdown blues. And have you ever seen Dust Dance? Just chill out, absorb some new ideas. Namaste. Well, Benjamin Boatman is back, and this time he's playing on the keyboard and the guitar, playing contemporary jazz. This might be more to your taste than his irreverent flatulence last week. On Narrowboat Precious Jet this week, Steve and his friends take Charlie, his dog, on a late fall walk along the River Cole on the Kingshurst Brook. Does Charlie go in for a swim? Well, of course he does. Tell me, how many shopping trolleys do you think they spot? It is a lovely, friendly chat and walk. And what makes it even better, Boatman Benjamin did the beautiful soundtrack. On Hannah the Narrowboat, that was just a quick thank you to Captain Gary Phillips for suggesting people get on Hannah the Narrowboat. Click like, click subscribe, especially subscribe, so that they can get over 1,000 and start doing some live streaming. I encourage you to do it too, folks. Like and subscribe. On Narrowboat Will continues his cruise down the Avon. That was really a good video because it shows you where there are possible river moorings, and we all know they can be scarce on the Avon. He also did a great tour of Evesham. I personally haven't been there for more than 10, 15 years, and it was nice to catch up. Give it a shot. On a quick special that Life on Amy Jo produced, Steve shamelessly vlogs a spectacular vlog taking place on Tuesday the 24th at 7 p.m. It's going to be sponsored by Ian. And, it's going to be a great event, folks. 4 vloggers vlogging at once. Check it out. My Narrowboat Venture also put out a quick promo for the show being hosted on Tuesday the 24th at 7 p.m. Hosted by Ian on Narrowboat Tales. Just log on to Narrowboat Tales, folks, and you'll see it all. In Part-Time Boater, Mary Ann and Pete pick up their new boat after the new paint job. Mary Ann is very excited as well she might be. New boat, it just looks amazing. And what even brought it out more was Peter added his own paint job, his own painting on the front of the crotch. Check it out. By the way, do you know what a Bandonian is? Last week, Billy Cosmos was showing us some houses and beautiful scenery on the Upper Thames. This year he treats us to some really beautiful music. I really enjoy his guitar work, and I'm sure you will too. Well, that's it for this episode of the Narrowboat Review. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and if you want to hear when the next one comes out, click the bell icon. And don't be afraid to leave your comments, folks. I love the comments. This is Jack Byer in Crystal Beach, your Narrowboat Reviewer, signing out.